We can all agree we want to make more money, but where do you find the time to learn a new skill or to monetize an existing skill you might already have? I was in the same position about 12 years ago. I started an affiliate marketing business. I didn't want to pay a mentor. I decided to try to do everything myself and to learn everything for free. I actually spent about 2 years of my life, and I had $6,000 saved up at the time. And I spent those 2 years and I spent all $6,000. I would literally went to $0 in my bank trying to build an affiliate marketing business without learning how to do it, without learning how to run ads, and without learning how to actually build an online business properly. It took me and it cost me 2 years of my life and $6,000, and I made literally no money with that business. Fast forward to 2014, I found something called e-commerce.
It's glorious.
I actually ended up paying for a course and paying for someone to show me how to do it. And 2 weeks later, I made more money than the cost of the course in my first sale. And then fast forward 2 years after that, I had started to do Amazon as well. I actually started doing Amazon about 4 or 5 months after I started doing eBay. But about 2 years later is when I finally found success. So if you fast forward 10 years since 2014, or 9.5 years now, we're in the middle of 2023, I have done over $10 million in revenue selling on Amazon and almost $2 million profit. I now run over 40 stores for myself and my clients, my done-for-you Amazon clients, and I've mentored and tutored over 1,000 people on how to build Amazon business successfully. And all of those who dedicated themselves and actually put in the effort have literally changed their lives. So before we get into the results and how it all works, let me tell you what Amazon FBA actually is. Amazon FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. So there's 2 ways to sell on Amazon. One is FBM. One is FBA. FBM is fulfillment by merchant, where you're shipping the items from your home, or you have your own warehouse and you ship the items direct to customer from your warehouse, or you're drop shipping and having the supplier do all the fulfillment for you. But drop shipping, there is an Amazon policy, drop shipping policy. It's not allowed unless you do it a certain way. You can look up the drop ship policy, it tells you how. And then Amazon FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, is where you buy the items in bulk and you send them to Amazon fulfillment centers and they do 90% of the work for you. You don't have to spend any money on marketing and advertising. And that was one of the largest things that drew me to it, because I realized I didn't have to have a massive budget to be able to make a little bit of money. Now, if you want to make a lot of money on Amazon, eventually you are going to need more funds to build the business huge, like $50K, $100,000 a month, which is very achievable. It's just going to take time and funds. But in the beginning, you can definitely start with less. And that's one of the main reasons I was attracted to it. Does it still work in 2023 versus back in 2014? So a lot has changed over the last 10 years, but a lot of it is still the same. Amazon FBA, in terms of reselling brand name items, still the exact same process. There's actually more suppliers now and more products available, and Amazon has a larger part of the market share than they did 10 years ago. So the opportunity is actually bigger than it ever has been. Now, because it's been around so long, there might be a little bit more competition, but if you're edgy and you're smart and you have a lot of really good suppliers, there's no reason why you can't leave 99% of the competition literally in the dust. So for you to get started with Amazon, you really only need a few things. One's going to be the resources and the knowledge and the know-how, because Amazon is a pretty simple business, but it's not easy. You do need to have knowledge, resources, and training. I recommend training and mentorship. Like I said, I started 12 years ago where I didn't want to spend any money on mentoring. To me, that's one of the most valuable things, being able to pay someone and hack into their brain and hack into the experience and the money they've already made. They've already perfected their craft. What's taken them blood, sweat, tears, and years to learn, it's a hack. But obviously there's a lot of wannabes, people that aren't actually good at what they do, people that just started selling on Shopify 6 months ago, they got lucky with a product and now all of a sudden they have a course to sell you. That's what you want to avoid. If they only have a social media presence, the likelihood of you being scammed goes up, because if they rip you off, it's very easy for them to hide. They don't have a Trustpilot, they don't have a registered business, they're not registered on Google, they don't have a Google listing. That's one of the number one things you need to look for when looking for a mentor or someone who provides an expensive service like a done-for-you service. If they're going to build a business for you, they best have an actual registered business. You got to be able to know who they actually are, be able to do a live video call with them, maybe even have them show you results like I show my clients. And having websites and listing and like Google listings, Trustpilot, all that stuff, that adds value and legitimacy to a business, whether it's a mentorship, a coach, doesn't matter what it is. So these are the things you need to look for. The reason I chose Amazon FBA versus these other models, almost every single online business that you can make money with, I've rather done it or I still do it. And the reason, number one reason I chose Amazon, and the number one reason I still love Amazon and why I love to teach it, is because if you're reselling brand name items on Amazon or doing my strategy where you're doing private label but spending no money on marketing and advertising, And you're probably thinking, wow, how do you spend no money on marketing and advertising with private label? Because that's literally what everybody teaches. Alibaba, China, spend money on Amazon PPC. I do it differently because I started with not much money. So for me to be able to do well, I had to learn it differently, and that's how I teach. Now, if you pay someone for a mentorship, maybe $500, $800, $1,000, that's really your only investment. That's really the only amount of money you have to now earn back for yourself. And make it $500 or $1,000 on Amazon is extremely simple. In the scenario where you have a lot of items listed, it's just a matter of time. As the more items you list, the better you get, and eventually you're going to get sales no matter what. It's just a matter of time. Today, I would say the average profit margin on Amazon is still anywhere from 10% upwards of 25%. So you can still have a very healthy double-digit net profit margin. So selling on Amazon and reselling the brand name items, the only overhead you're going to have is the cost of inventory, and then your Amazon seller account, which is $40 a month. And then let's say one tool like Helium 10. Helium 10 will help give you the data on sales history for products. Helium 10 will also keep track of your inventory and your pricing, and also tell you your profit margins when you input the cost of goods sold, and you connect Helium 10 to your Amazon store. It can basically manage all the data for your store, your profits, and all that stuff. And then from there, you have cost of goods, your inventory. If you're able to have a turnover of 30% a month, so whatever you list on Amazon, you're gonna sell 30% of it every month. So if you spend 10K, you now have 18K worth of inventory sitting in your Amazon store. You sell 30% of that every month. So 30% of 18K is about $5,600 or $5,400. And if your profits are 10%, that means with 10K in the business, you're gonna be able to make about $500 a month, every month in profit. Now, if you take away your overhead of $80 a month for Helium 10 in your Amazon store, from that $540, you're now left with $460. So on 10K, you can make $460 every month, which is 4.5% on the dollar. In ROI terms, that's like 50 or 60% a year on your money every year. No investment in the world literally delivers over 50% a year, not the S&P 500, not a mutual fund, which are all less than 10%, not a private investor or equity or a real estate investment firm, which are normally 10 to 15%, even only selling 30% of your inventory per month. Very profitable. Realistically, you just need to be able to put in the work, you need to spend the time, and to get the store off the ground and profitable, you really just need to put in the time and effort to building the business. But the most important predetermining factor to be able to do well on Amazon is the knowledge and resources and strategies that you have right now that work today. So you have two options. One is to be able to build it yourself and have someone mentor you and teach you, and I can help you with that. Number two is have someone build the business for you through a done-for-you Amazon service or Amazon automation service, which I also provide. And I think I'm one of the lowest cost providers in existence, and I don't have the annual contract renewal fee. If either of those interest you, you can send me a message on Instagram, you can comment below, or go to the supremecommercetraining.com website and send us an email from there. I hope you found value in this video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.